Hey there, I'm Len Weed, and you're watching The Collection Connection.
Hello, welcome to Collection Connection. I'm Nate the Great.
Dave Trackerman Smith.
We had a talk the other day on the difference between a sought-after comic and a Holy Grail.
A Holy Grail.
Holy Grail. There are differences of opinions out there on this subject.
I think Holy Grail is kind of just loosely thrown out there nowadays.
What was the... We were looking at a Facebook column that mentioned a certain comic as a Holy Grail. Do you remember what the comic was?
It wasn't a Grail. It was, I think it was X-Men 94.
Yeah, it was X-Men 94, which is a fairly rare comic. I don't want to say rare, but it is after the X-Men had their run of reruns.
Yes.
And they just relaunched it with
Giant Size X-Men 1.
Giant Size X-Men 1. Len Wein was in there writing. Yes. They put a lot of they put new characters in there. Yeah. Put effort back into...
They polished up the card, so to say.
For sure, for sure. It's an expensive book.
Yeah.
It is. To find it in good condition, you're talking $500+. Yeah. So that led us to a little bit of debate about what is a Grail. Is that one a Grail? I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say that that book is a Grail, because I would say that I don't even necessarily know if Giant Size X-Men is a Grail. Giant Size X-Men is the first appearance of, 5 iconic X-Men that if you remove from the universe...
But is Thunderbird really iconic?
No, not necessarily. Okay, 4 iconic X-Men and Thunderbird. So it got us thinking, what would be, if this one isn't, because 94 probably isn't. We're going to say probably because we don't want to
offend anyone.
People, SJWs out there.
If you think 94 is a Grail, good for you.
Yeah, you can feel free to keep the debate rolling. Like, comment, subscribe.
Yeah, we're not judging.
We're not judging. We're just trying to, in our opinion.
Now, if you found it under circumstances where you found it at a yard sale 9.8 for $25, that's a Grail. That's a Grail.
Well, that's a great find. It just necessitated being a Grail, though.
I don't know, because that's kind of like...
Grail? What's a Grail? A Grail could be...
Like in The Last Crusade where Indiana Jones has to jump on the letters to get to it,
well,
if
you went to a yard sale and you had to choose that book from a bunch of rusty cups on the wall... Yeah. Then possibly, or you had to jump across, you had to walk across an invisible bridge to get to the yard sale.
Elbow like an old lady or something, that's mine.
For sure. But it's not necessarily what makes it a Grail is what you have to go through to get it. It's, what's the significance of the book?
I don't know. I disagree. I think...
it doesn't have to be modern. It doesn't have to be a classic. I would say, based on value, that... Right now, I'm just going to start rattling off books that I think are Grails, at least to me. And going modern, Walking Dead #1.
That's a Grail.
That's a Grail. Walking Dead #1's a Grail. Let's see what else modern. Batman Adventures 12.
Is that a Grail though?
Is it?
Is it? I know so many people with it.
Who do you know with it besides me?
A few other people. Well,
I know somebody with a Walking Dead one. I know somebody that has 2 of them.
That's true.
Iggy has them.
So is it a Grail?
No, I don't know. I mean, it's out there. It's modern, but it's fairly rare.
It's rare because
it didn't have a high print run.
No,
Batman Adventures didn't. It's a sought after character with a low print run. I would say it's a Grail. Harley Quinn's very popular.
There's so many things that go into it that I don't know if it's a Grail or not.
So what would go into The Walking Dead being a Grail and that one not? Since we agreed that Walking Dead was.
Because I've personally never seen one in a comic shop.
A Walking Dead one?
Yeah. I never walked in a comic shop and saw Walking Dead #1.
For sale?
Yeah.
And you have seen Batman Adventures?
Multiple times.
Okay. There you go. Okay, what else? So we'll starting modern and going back. What else would be a Grail?
hard to say. It's hard to say. It's about the adventure of finding the book, I guess. It depends what you're into. Like, what's a girl to you might not be what's a girl to me. It's hard for me to say any like real modern books.
I think the easiest criteria is this: popular characters, first appearances, and number ones of books. Yeah, the first appearance of Superman, Batman, Spider-Man, Fantastic Four, X-Men, all the different Avengers. Those are all.
Yeah, I think like mainly like those old Marvel books number ones are grails. You know, X-Men, Fantastic Four number 1, Amazing Fantasy number 15, even Amazing Spider-Man number 1 might be a grail. It's really hard for me to say anything above that's really a grail.
Well, we did agree that Walking Dead 1 was, and we're on the fence about. I think that Batman Adventures is, just because of the value of it, how it's sought after. Yeah. Would the New Mutants 98 be a grail? It's sought after. It's valuable,
not rare though.
But it's not too rare. There's they're a dime a dozen, or like $500 a dozen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so there is one thing that we agree is a Holy Grail.
I mean, First Appearance of Cable's more rare than Deadpool.
Is it?
Yeah. It has a lot lower print run.
Sounds good.
I got told that by Rob Liefeld himself.
So here's something we can agree. Unboxing today here, we have a grail.
It's a grail.
This is a grail. This is a book that I have been wanting since I bought my first comic.
Yeah.
So I got this book on eBay. I've been chasing this book
since I've known you.
Yeah, for sure. Anybody who's known me knows that I've always been wanting this book in particular. I'm excited. I had a hard time leaving it in the pack and not opening it like a kid on Christmas when I first got it. Patiently waiting to shoot a video on it.
Now this is another thing that we were talking about too, where a while ago I would only collect things in higher grade, and now recently I've been getting those 4.0s, those 3.5s and stuff like that if I really love the book. And sometimes just having the book is just merit enough.
For sure. And you can always upgrade.
Yeah, you can always upgrade. Sometimes you might not even want to. Sometimes the book has just the personality of itself with it being beat up.
My giant size X-Men number 1, I got it slabbed. It's signed by Len Wein. And it was, I got it for 75 cents at a yard sale. From an old lady, like an estate sale type book. And it came back at a 2.5. There's a hole in the cover. It's a small hole, and the cool thing about it is, on the other side of the cover, look at that.
There we go.
That's a grail. Okay. This is the actual first appearance of Wolverine. Hulk 181.
This is the first time I ever held a Hulk 181.
Me too.
And it's yours.
And it's mine. Hulk 181.
Now, Hulk doesn't really have that many first appearances in a series.
Really?
Yeah.
Any other ones that you can mention?
I mean, besides, like, B-list characters, you know, Wolverine's, like, that one character that's made his, like, real first appearance.
Yeah, I'm sure Herb Trimpe drew a lot more Wolverine sketches than he did even Hulk sketches.
Yeah, I mean, besides, like, Dr. Samson and Hulk, you know what I mean? Like, there's just really not that many, in my opinion.
Well, a lot of the characters, too, didn't translate well into other books.
Yeah.
They were all those brute force characters. They weren't going to be a suitable villain for a different Marvel hero to be fighting against.
But even like Abomination didn't make his debut in Incredible Hulk. So
and he was a big.
He's a Hulk villain. Yeah, he's one of the coolest Hulk villains there is, and he didn't make his.
I still think Hulk's worst villain was his father-in-law.
That's everyone's worst villain.
Some things go across. Okay, I'm going to do a close-up for you guys. Got my Hulk 181. This is going into the archives. This is going in tonight. Probably going to get Len Wein back on my radar. Slab it to go with my 180. It's a shame that we've lost Herb.
Yeah.
So I won't be able to complete the dual signings on it like I had on my 180.
Yeah.
But now I don't have to try to fool people into thinking that 180 is the first appearance anymore.
What's his first appearance? Whatever one I have.
That was an argument we had in a different episode. So let us know, what do you think? What's a Holy Grail? What isn't a Holy Grail? What would you consider to be, are you as much of a snob as we are? Are we too liberal? Is this not even a Holy Grail? What are your thoughts? Let us know. Comment below. Thanks for watching Collection Connection. I'm Nate the Great.
Dave Tigerman Smith.
We'll see you soon.